Chuck was saying, I'm Josh Long. I actually run the annual Community Band by the Sea event down in Wildwood, New Jersey. It's actually going to be our 5th year. It's actually going to be July 26th. I did talk to Chuck, and just so you know, I know you have a concert on July 27th. However, and I set it up as a rain date for that. However, I want to let you know the local high school down there is graciously helping us out. We're going to have an indoor venue in case it does rain. So that's kind of a positive thing. So if any of you are interested, I just wanted to tell you that it won't conflict with what's going on here. I'm excited because we're going to play tunes for, as you know, it was the Wildwood Scrap and Metal Band that used to invite the folks into the area on the train that used to come on to the island. So it's really cool. I try to help with that heritage. As well as on October 12th, I also do the Bethlehem Steel Company Legacy Band. We did that at Music Fest last year. We played at Music Fest in their cafe. This year we're going to be playing at the Industrial Museum. They have an upstairs level that they're just refurbishing right now that we're hoping we're going to be in, or somewhere downstairs. They're going to be hosting us. So if you're interested in that, there's a yellow paper over there that gives all that information. So just a little commercial. If you are interested in coming playing, we do a rehearsal literally the day before and the concert the next day. Of course, I give you music in time, so don't worry about that. So going on the steel band, Floyd St. Clair, the Thunderbolt, I actually have been following him as a composer of Pennsylvania, grew up in Johnstown. Edgar Thomas Steelworks is what he worked for, and he wrote different marches, and one that I found his name was, he wrote to Steel King, which was for Charles Schwab, who ran Bethlehem Steel. So this piece, believe it or not, I have no idea what it's about, and I was searching my libraries, and I had it, which is weird, because I had a community band member give it to me, and I just filed it away. So I don't know if it's exactly about the Thunderbolt, which was, what, a ride down in Willow Grove? A roller coaster, or if it was the Thunderbolt that was the planes in the military, or if today it's the Thunderbolt electric cord for your computer. No, I don't think it's that. So anyway, I thought we'd play it. I've never heard it, okay? So I've never heard it. There's no recordings of it that I can find of.
Did you run out of parts?
There should be a couple. Can you guys share by chance? Did you go on the back?
Look at the back of that one. I don't have that.
Oh, okay. You don't have that one?
It's all right. I'll look up.
Okay, you can just look off. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you. All right, so it's pretty it's straight through. There are repeats. Do take the repeats. Go down to the trio, take the repeats. It's pretty much read from the top to the bottom. There's nothing special about this. All right? Right on it. Nice and loud. Try a little. I know you're sight reading it. Do the best you can. Here we go. Ready? so flip your sheets over. There is another piece on there called Slate Belt on Parade. I will give you a little info about this, but really quickly, if you could just scan through, you go basically from the top, do the repeats, and down at the bottom, there is a back to the sign and a DS and then to the end, to the fine. Does everybody see where all that is? Just so where everybody knows where that is? Just point all of that out. Okay? Everybody see where that is? Okay. All right, so as you can see, this particular... Yes, sir?
Question is the first time through. You want us to play the stinger of the fine the first time through.
Yeah, you can play the stinger, the fine. Yep, first time through. Yes, you can do that. Yep. So a little history about this piece, and it is not published. It is handwritten, as you can see there. So I grew up in Bangor, Pennsylvania. The gentleman that wrote this piece, Russell Reimel, who also would go by Gerald or Jerry because his father was Russell, he wrote this piece when he was the director of the East Bangor Cornet Band. And if you're familiar, that's a small little portion of Bangor. And there's a gazebo that he used to play at that is dedicated to him. What the interesting thing about this piece is my wife and I started the Slate Belt Band in the area a couple years back, and we got this piece to play. Well, I found out that Russell, as I was digging into his life, was in the Allentown Band, and there is 10 marches that have been published that are in the Allentown Band, and I talked to Ron Demke, and he's, sharing them with me so I can check them out. So it's really neat to see this, and he had no idea about this piece, and this piece never really went anywhere other than it was for the Slate Belt. So I chose to play this for the Slate Belt because Bangor is actually celebrating 150th anniversary, which again, as you heard, I like to create bands. We're going to be doing that for them too on June 8th. So enjoy Slate Belt on Parade. Easton, by Easton? Yeah, close to Easton. Yeah. All right. Fun piece. Here we go. right. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for reading. Thank you, thank you.